Hey real fam, welcome to my little story time. So I'm having tennis biscuits, rusk, and a cup of cappuccino. I've got a little blankie wrapped around me because it's cold. It's cold. So I don't know how I'm gonna talk and eat at the same time. But first, are you also one of those who dip your rusk? Do you do that? I'm guilty of doing it. I'm guilty of doing this real fam. And I wait for it to be soft. But one thing I don't do, real fam, is to drink the entire cappuccino coffee, because the bottom usually has like leftover crumbs and they're all wet and yeah. So good. So I'm having the tennis biscuits ones, but lately I've been loving the ginger, what is that? Ginger nut something? Yeah, I prefer those ones. If you've seen Rakodisa's recent video, you would have seen them comparing the various flavors. So I love the tennis biscuits one, but I think the ginger does the things this winter. Anyway, it's too hot. Oh, yeah, papa. It's too hot. Anyway, real fam, it's still too hot, and we're not going to be able to speak and drink at the same time. So let me just tell my story. So this story, real fam, is based on episode 3 of Sis Give Yourself podcast, the divorce edition, or you call it the healing edition. It's up to you. So I just recorded that video. I'm sure if you're watching this already, that video is up on my YouTube channel, and I will appreciate if you can go to my channel and watch that full video. It will be also available on Spotify. Do make sure that you go and watch it too. I'll make sure to put my link tree back on my bio so that you can get all the links to the different platforms. Okay, great. So real fam, what's the story? The story, or what inspired the video, was something that happened way back, right? So I titled the video things that I regret not doing during my marriage, or towards the end of my marriage as well. So something that I didn't do, real fam, and I'll just give you a summary. You'll go watch the full video to just get more context. Real fam, I always believed, or I always prayed to God to say, God, can you please make me the change I wish to see in my family? Can you please help me to change things around? And me doing that, real fam, I even got to a point where I said to myself, or even to God, to say, God, the only tears I wish to see my mom crying are those of joy. So real fam, in a nutshell, what I regretted not doing was talking to my mom or telling my mom things that were happening or affecting me. And this is not just in my marriage, but in general, while I was married, or just in general, work-wise and all of that. Because I remember there was a point where I had resigned in one company, and I was self-employed for a while. My mom didn't know that I actually resigned from the job and I'm just working on my business. I didn't tell her because I just didn't want her to worry. Similar to my relationship, when things were not going great, I would do therapy, do counseling, speak to a friend, speak to my sister or maybe a cousin, but never did I attempt to speak to my mom because I was like, I don't want to hurt her, I don't want to bring her pain, I don't want to worry her and all of that. So real fam, that really I can say it brought pain to my mother. But I didn't realize that what I was doing was wrong. I thought that I was protecting my mother from being hurt or getting hurt. So what happened? How did I realize that this was a mistake or whatever? I actually didn't realize until my cousin started having a conversation with me. So you'll get the full story on YouTube, so I'll advise that you go there. I'm just summarizing. So my cousin said to me, and this was so profound, real fam, and that stuck by me, and like I never had the same mindset ever again. He said to me that if you are not telling your mom just because you feel like you want to protect her, aren't you realizing that you're actually bringing her more pain, because what you're doing is taking her role as a mother in your life. So what you're doing, instead of allowing your mother to play her role, you are taking that away from her. Yes, I get that you feel like you don't want your mom to worry. She probably has too much on her plate. You don't want to stress her out, but it's not your role to make a decision for her. Her problems are her problems, but you are her problem because you are the child here, and you're not gonna try to make decisions for her about her child. Who are you to decide for your mom what to do about her child? And when he said it hit differently, because I was like, oh my word, all this time I've been thinking that I'm protecting my mom, but in actual fact I'm doing the opposite. I'm hurting her because she thinks that her child is okay, but only to find that she's not. And I'm taking away what? Her role as a mother. And that changed everything, real fun, because fast forward, I had a conversation with my mom, and you know, when I say God works in mysterious ways, so there was this time, summary by the way, we went to town and my sister was at a salon and she spent hours at the salon, and I got to have some private time with my mother. Not that if my sister was there we were not going to talk, but we got to have some free time because we sat in the car, waited for my sister after running errands and all that. And that time was that moment where God was like, okay, speak, tell your mom everything, what was happening in your marriage, why you didn't tell her, and all of that. And I did that. And real fam, let me tell you, after talking to my mom, while we're having the conversation, while she interacts with me and responds to what I was saying, asks questions and all of that, I felt a heavy load, you know, going down. Like I felt so light. And after that, I felt like I was just getting this warm hug from her and God, hugging me and saying, it's okay. You're okay. You will be okay. A sense of peace. Oh, please go to my YouTube channel, Real Fam, and watch the full video. I'll appreciate that. I mean, already this is long, so please go watch. and subscribe if you haven't. Love you, and don't forget to make today count. Mwah.